the sirloin tip as a steak. I find it's got a lot of good flavor to it. When it comes to the beef, this is a piece that probably wouldn't be staked, especially for retail sale. This is usually a roast, okay? But once again, this makes a nice piece. I will just get that kneecap removed. But the one thing I want to show you with this is that there's an internal muscle that's actually very, very tender. So this little piece here was actually just left over from that tri-tip muscle. But it's very hard to see. But internally, this muscle right here is actually very, very tender. Okay, very similar to loin tenderness. So I'm actually going to take this muscle out. Now it's a difficult seam to follow because it almost disappears. And there's not a lot of membrane or fat that separate it. So when people work at this muscle the first time, they usually cut into the muscle itself. Because as you can see, like that silver skin, that membrane, that is so thin, but that's what you're aiming for, is that little piece right there. But quite a substantial muscle, almost similar in size to that eye of round, right? And like I said, tenderness to the point of a loin, okay? And then this little leftover piece can then be rolled up, and I can make a nice little roast out of that piece. It still holds its shape, looks really good. So I'm not going to add fat to him, but I will add some flavor to it. So this is a piece you could even stuff the inside with whatever you want. If you had a stuffing or whatever, we could do that. Roll it up, it's ready to go, but I have some time. A little bit of rosemary will be nice on the inside of it. You of course wouldn't consume those herbs after it's cooked, but they are just going to flavor that entire muscle as it cooks on the inside, right? Lay that guy on the top, and now we'll tie him in. Questions at this point, guys? Nothing? That means I'm doing it perfectly. That's what that means. So that's what that means.
You've changed strings. Is that just what was closest? Or?
So one's kind of a thin, kind of fancier string that's really only good for a tight kind of trussing. It's actually, I think, like a packaging string, so it can snap really easily. So it doesn't have the strength that the this gauge of butcher twine does. That being said, if I'm at a shop, I usually just use the one string for everything. But so now we have another very nice little roast. And now we have this nice little piece here that can be staked.